Hi, do you enjoy reading picture books? Do you enjoy being in control of the story? Well then, might I suggest reading visual novels? There are a lot of genres within visual novels which we are definitely not going over today, but to explain in the simplest of terms, a visual novel is a choose-your-own adventure type game. The reader, that's you, reads the story like a regular book, but from time to time, boxes of dialogue will pop up for you to choose from. These are important choices that can either send you to the promised land of bitches or down the path of ruin. The novel we'll be going over today is Katawa Shoujo. Katawa Shoujo is about a regular guy. I don't know if you can see it, but in fact, you definitely can't see it, but I'm putting air quotes around regular. A regular guy who gets arrhythmia, a heart condition in which the heart will beat irregularly. In some cases, having this could be fatal. This is unfortunately the situation for our protagonist, Hisao Nakai, when hilariously, at least I think it's hilarious, a girl from his class decides to confess her feelings to him. After the confession, he started to feel a lot of pain in his chest before just blacking out and waking up at the hospital. This poor girl is probably never going to confess ever again. Dude, just imagine putting time and effort into how you're going to confess to someone, and then finally getting that bravery and courage to do it, just to give them a heart attack. Dude, I think I was cursed or something if I was her. Like, I would never confess ever again. Also, one small disclaimer, this visual novel does include some not safe for work sexy time. So if you're not a degenerate like myself, there is a way for you to disable the adult content by going through the options. Just a little heads up. Anyway, after being hospitalized for several months and missing school, he is deemed unfit for regular classes and must enroll into Yamaku High School. Again, this emphasis in regular and norm will come up several times throughout this novel. Yamaku High School is a school designated with the intent of catering for students with various disabilities. There he meets other students who are in a similar situation as him, in that they have their own disability to live with. Wait a minute, who put me in this game? In Yamaku High, you have everything that a regular school has: teachers, nurses, other faculties, but to accommodate the special needs of certain students, they also have a 24/7 medical supervision in the infirmary. Coming from a regular school with normal students, again those buzzwords are coming back, Hisao feels like he doesn't belong, and in some cases, he is portrayed as feeling ashamed for being in that school. Slowly though, seeing all these unorthodox people living their everyday lives, this makes Hisao feel like maybe this is normal. The school has a class president after all, like a regular school. You've got like track teams, art clubs, libraries, and even a city located outside the campus. With all this, Hisao begins to question that maybe people are much more than just their disabilities. Now this is a perfect segue to our main heroines. Like in most visual novels, you can choose to go down and read the story of your preferred girl, and Katawa Shoujo is no different. The first girl we're going to look at is Rin. She's one of the main love interests that you could pursue. She's a very ditzy, aloof, a carefree type of girl. She's one of those like weird artsy types, you know what I mean? She can't really communicate well with words, but tries through her paintings. So you must be asking yourself, what kind of disability could Rin have? Well, it just so happens, Rin doesn't have any hands. She paints, draws, and does art solely with her feet or mouth. As you read through her story, you learn that the main hardships that she faces in life isn't the fact that she doesn't have hands, but it's that she has a difficult time finding who she is. Too real, am I right? The story will go on to show that the struggles that Rin faces in trying to find her identity are questions she asks herself. Like, should she try to change who she is to fit into society, or should she try to be herself? And if she should be herself, what does it mean to be herself? The next girl we're going to go over is Emi, and she's going to be the last girl we're going to go over because, you know, I can't go through every girl's routes. Like, I gotta let you guys experience it yourself. But Emi is arguably one of my like favorite routes to read. I would say, you know, proceed down her route with caution, because if you're not too careful, you might get might get diabetes with how sweet and adorable her story is. Like, Emmy is funny, she's witty, she's combative in a good way, and she has this infectious smile. Tell me this smile of hers is not infectious. Like, that's a smile that needs to be protected. I'm sure wars have been like started because of smiles like hers. Anyway, back to her story. Besides being a ray of sunshine, she's actually one of the star athletes on the Yamaku High's track team. Can you believe that she runs several races without her legs? Emmy's disability is that she doesn't have legs. Yet despite this disability, she's able to run because of prosthetic legs. But don't think for a second that having these prosthetics makes it easier for her, because every time she runs, she has to go see the doctor to make sure she won't be getting an infection with all this chafing that her body goes through with the fake legs. And just like with Rin's story, Emmy has other problems in her life than just the loss of her limbs. Emmy, for instance, deals with some childhood trauma that she can't really escape from, but in front of everyone, she'll wear this front, she'll have the biggest smile, and she'll act like everything's okay when really on the inside she's this fragile girl that could use some help. But what's funny with this story is that the main character learns how to help Emmy and be there for her, but not coddle her. I find this interesting because we all have those friends or people in our lives that they refuse any help, even if they could use it. So then you're just kind of stuck in this position, like, okay, do I overstep my boundaries or do I just hope for the best? Her story is just like that. So with that being said, I think Katawa Shoujo is still a great visual novel in 2023. This novel invokes inspiration, motivation, laughter, and if you're looking for any of these things, then I suggest reading this visual novel. If any of the girls I mentioned interest you, then by all means read their story, but there are still others that weren't mentioned who you might like more, so I suggest honestly reading them all. Something that I did forget to mention that's kind of important is that this game is 100% free. All you have to do is download this game from their website, and then boom, you're done. So anyway, that's it for me. Let me know if you end up playing this game and liking it or disliking it, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Peace.